Take two. I just realized I went to leave to get a knife, but I just used my keys. Yeah, so I have this package here from Severin. I've never bought anything off Severin before. I apologize for the... Well, I don't actually, but you guys have hairy chest today. I'm wearing my bathrobe. I actually have sweats on under. I just hopped out the shower, got a haircut. I'm liking it. It feels really good. But this is important. I've been waiting for this order for a long time. Basically, got a bunch of stuff for Black Friday. I wanted to wait for it all to come in at the same time and do like a master, like this is everything I bought on Black Friday. That's just not gonna happen. We're not gonna be getting Vinegar Syndrome for a while. You know, they're just always absolutely swamped during sales, and so like their website literally shuts down just so they can handle everything else. So yeah, anyways, you know what? Let's go in chronological order. Let's do it. So when Black Friday hit, I was there on midnight on my computer. Nothing cool, you know, just my computer. Just putting in these orders for, I did an Arrow. No, I'd already done an Arrow video earlier in that day. And then I did Vinegar Syndrome and Severin at their midnight sales when they released a bunch of titles and like mystery or that's what Vinegar Syndrome did. Theirs was Existence by David Cronenberg, which I did get. It looks really cool. I mean, anything David Cronenberg is a good direction. Anyways, yeah, so I got, I then went the next day to Best Buy in person, got Blade Runner 2049, just because I've wanted that for a while. You know, you love Blade Runner, I've heard that this is far better, like in every way, like amazing. And then Ghost in the Shell, I've wanted this on a 4K for a while because I got the, it's in here somewhere, there it is. I probably have already shown this off. Really cool slip book from Mondo. Like, I mean, look at that. But the subtitles suck. Like, I mean, I could even tell as someone who's never watched the movie before, I was like, this is not the translation, you know, like just a sloppy translation. So I've heard this one's better. Plus it's a 4K. I want to like this movie, and the subtitles genuinely were so bad on that one that I couldn't understand anything that was happening, and I didn't really like it that much. So I want to give it another shot. Plus it's stupid cheap. So yeah, I think this total was like $25 or something, 26. Like it, yeah, great. That was the day of Black Friday. I don't even think these count as Black Friday purchases, but I bought them the week of Black Friday, and so we're counting them. These were my Amazon purchases, just of random little miscellaneous Blu-rays that, you know, you're not gonna find on boutique. Like, just never heard of this label before. But we got Love Exposure, finally. There's literally nowhere else to watch this. Like, you can probably either, to my knowledge, you can pirate it or you can buy the Blu-ray. Like, that's, I don't even know if it's on Amazon. So yeah, 4-hour epic by Sion Sono about an upskirt panty photographer who was born Catholic, finds love. I really want to watch this. It sounds amazing. Like, I don't like 4-hour movies. I think the longest I've watched is not the Batman. I've probably watched something a little bit longer than that, but just, I've heard only good things about this. Plus, I watched, spoiler alert, I watched Suicide Club the other day, another movie by Sion Sono, and it was so good. Like, oh my gosh, nearly a perfect movie for me. Just not even, you know, just like emotionally changed me, but just a freaking cool movie, like twist after twist after twist, and it just keeps getting more interesting, crazier, like the stakes keep rising. It's so good. And then a little surrealist artistic flair at the end. It's really good. Like, just mwah. This is a great movie, so I'm excited to watch Love Exposure. And then we have Ichi the Killer, because this movie's awesome. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised Arrow doesn't have it. Genuinely really surprised, actually, that Arrow doesn't have their hands on this yet. But this is great. Watch this. Okay, watch this. You will not regret it. Oh, maybe you will if you get uncomfortable with that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Anyways, that's a Takashi Miike classic. So now we have the actual Black Friday deal stuff. I think this was technically like a Christmas sale. I don't think it was a Black Friday sale. But I got this fat stack from Arrow. Yeah. First up, basket case, Frank Henenlotter. Do I need to say more? Like, it's Frank Henenlotter. I've watched Frankenhooker and Brain Damage. Loved both of them. And then there's that Bad Biology one that Severin did. That was not in this order because it's a 55, maybe not 50. It's like near $50 Blu-ray or 4K, and I'm waiting for a sale. I'll buy that when it goes on sale. Yeah, this one is apparently like a big classic of his, so want to watch that. Sogo Ishii's, is that the name? Yeah, Sogo Ishii's Burst City. This is like a crazy, like, let me just read it. An explosive Molotov cocktail of dystopian sci-fi, Mad Max style biker wars against Yakuza gangsters and the police, and riotous performances of members of the real-life Japanese punk bands The Stalin, The Roosters, The Rockers, and INU. So it's like Japanese underground rock scene, like partially real documentary style, partially sci-fi. I've just heard it's insane. It looks really cool. And I actually didn't even know that Arrow had their hands on that. I had heard that one. Evil Ed, this just kind of looks like Frank Henenlotter in a way. It's not, but it looks very like, you know, Henenlotter style. Just like blood and crazy prosthetics and surreal, like weird, gross storytelling, you know. It just looks like Henenlotter. Who directed this actually? Who directed this? Must not be important. Oh. That's awkward. It's Peter Jackson. Like that Peter Jackson, yeah. That's awkward. I almost said that wasn't important. That's... I actually haven't seen The Lord of the Rings, but apparently this is Peter Jackson. So, yeah. Blood Rage. This one is apparently a very sought-after slipcover from Arrow. Obviously doesn't have the slipcover. A slipcover does look sick, but I'm pretty sure it's very sought-after and pretty expensive on eBay. This is like a Thanksgiving slasher. It just looks so good. Like, it just looks so perfect amount of corny. Fun watch, you know. I've kind of fallen out of the slasher binge of just watching crappy little slashers, but this one seems fun. This one seems very fun. Now for the really cool stuff, we have Deep Red by Dario Argento box set, 4K. I watched Opera by Dario Argento and was just like in love with some of the parts of that movie. Like, you know, it wasn't his best work from what I've heard, and I can see that. But the cinematography and just the vibes were insane. There's a booklet. There's probably boobs in this. Probably shouldn't show that. Got a little poster. How big is this poster, actually? I haven't opened this. Whoa. This is like a decent sized poster. And then there's the other version. Yeah, so you could buy the box set with that alternate art too, but I didn't really want to. I love Arrow's packaging on these. It just feels slightly thicker for their 4Ks. And I think it's because they have this little flip thing. But I love it. So I'm excited to watch this. I assume it looks great. And I've heard Deep Red's one of the big Dario Argento ones to get. Anyways, yeah, that's got the whole... I just love this box. I love how big the boxes are. Yeah, got its little slip on the back. And then this is, a box set called Solid Metal Nightmares, the films of Shinya Tsukamoto, which is the guy who made Tetsuo. I regret to inform you that I did watch Tetsuo from this box set, and I actually really didn't like it that much. However, I saw a lot of touches that I was like, I think if I watched the rest of this guy's filmography, I would really like it. We'll see. We'll see. It's got a bunch of his stuff in there for a little, and each of these have like multiple movies on them because a lot of them are short films. Tetsuo, I would suggest checking out. I think it's really cool. I didn't find it very interesting. Like I got bored with it pretty fast. But I reverse stacking. I would say check it out. I think it's worth checking out. It's very clearly like, I think it's a really good testament to what you can do with a super ultra low budget production. Dude, look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome? Look at this stack. We're not even into